Hi everyone, it's Sandy from Ryerson Rescue Ranch. Today I wanted to give you a quick update on this big community tank. So if you remember in a previous video, we went ahead and we had added the 29 gallon because this tank was actually getting a little overcrowded with all the babies that we were having thanks to Romeo and Juliet and Fantastic. So I had also noticed some issues with some aggression, which is common with overcrowding. So now we took a lot of these guys out, put them into that new tank. So I needed to actually fill up this tank just a little bit more. Not to the point of where it was before, obviously, but so I didn't want to add a dozen fish at one time to any of my tanks. I personally don't think that's a really good idea. Due to the fact that if you add too many at one time, I personally am just too afraid of throwing off the water parameters with ammonia. I mean, nervous fish, they get nervous and they secrete ammonia. So if you throw a dozen fish into a tank this size, which is a 38 gallon, I just don't think that's going to be a good idea. So what I did in regards to both tanks, I added 4 to 5 fish at a time. Let them acclimate the next week, go back, and so on and so forth until I felt comfortable with the amount of fish that were in there. So that left this tank. I had just a few more fish that I had to add. In the interim of doing all of that, sadly, I had lost 2 of my neons. I only had 3, the blue ones there. I'd only had 3. I don't believe it was any type of an issue with the water parameters or water condition. I do test my water parameters weekly, and they're spot on in this tank. They're actually a lot better than what they were since I had removed some of the fish. So these neons, they were about 5 or 6 years old. So I think it was just an age thing. So the one little neon was so sad. It was in there all by itself, and neons are schooling fish. So I had to go and get 4 or 5 more neons. While I was there, I found, and she just scooted by, here she is. I found this pretty beta girl. I call her Delilah, and her colors are so beautiful in her finnage. The blue, I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not, is like iridescent. She was just so pretty. So I got her. And then I also picked up, I don't know if you can see her in the back, she's a little bit shyer, that beautiful white beta girl. I call her Angel because to me, I think she looks like an angel. She's kind of got that iridescent glow to her finnage. She's got yellow and light blue, and her body is a beautiful white. So she, I think, is one of the prettiest fish I've ever seen. So I added those 2 and the neons to this tank, and I really feel comfortable with the amount of fish that's in here. This is a 38 gallon tank. I have about 24 fish. I've always been told the rule of thumb is 1 inch per gallon. However, I'm not real comfortable with that. Some of these fish, as you can see, some fish are 2 inches, some fish are a half an inch. It's just so hard. I mean, I pay attention to the tank. I watch the fish. I see if there's any issues going on, which is another advantage of having multiple tanks because I could pull a few out. It's another reason why I like to keep the numbers down rather than above. Also, I don't know if I eliminated the problem like I was trying to, but somebody in here just keeps having babies. So I think I found the culprit and removed him from the female. So hopefully that will calm down. If it doesn't, I've still got room in the other tank. So that's just what I find works best for me. Everybody has different reasons for doing different things, and I don't judge anybody for any of that. I'm in no position to judge anyone for anything regardless. So anyway, that is the update on these guys. So that fish there, Tweety, I'm told she's a balloon belly molly. Seriously, the funniest fish. I mean, just look at that fish. She's crazy. Super crazy, very friendly. When I'm in there cleaning the glass, she's just all up in my business. That guy there, so we call him Golden Face. And if anybody out there is a fan of The Office, I think you'll know why I call him Golden Face. But I happened to see him when I was picking up supplies, and I just thought he was the coolest fish because he's real shimmery with that gold. It's just very pretty. However, I'm finding he's kind of a bully. A little rough. I mean, you guys probably know better than me. I don't know enough about fish behaviors. I mean, I'm basically a dog person, so I'm more educated on breed traits of dogs than I am on fish. So I don't know if for this type of fish, if that's just characteristic. Is he kind of like a gourami where they're going to be a little bit aggressive? He doesn't seem to be mauling anybody like a male beta would. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just kind of watching him. I may have to move him over to my other tank. That one has, not aggressive, but just a little more dominant fish like himself. So I think that he could be knocked down a couple of pegs. But this is my more docile tank. So yeah, I mean, if anybody has any information on that type of a fish or fish behaviors in general, please don't hesitate to share with me. I'm always learning. One thing I do know about a fish keeping business is it's just ever changing. I don't think you can learn enough. There's just always so much information going on, new findings that are coming out. So it's very interesting. That's one of the reasons I like the hobby, because it's not boring. It's not boring in any means. So, and I always welcome input. I mean, obviously I'm not going to allow criticism or negative input. I don't want my channel to be about that. But if people want to share their experiences, by all means, let's talk fish. Let's do it. Now that little guy who just swam into the frame, I don't know if you remember, but they always have to do that as soon as I pull out the camera. But that's either Camelot or Lancelot. But that was one of the teeny weeny babies that Romeo and Juliet had. So they are getting really big. And there's my pretty angel. Oh, she's just so gorgeous. I think so. But so there you go. So that's just a quick little update. I'm going to try to update once a week, twice a week, if I can. As most of you know, I am going to be having surgery in about a month and a half. So I'm going to try to make sure that I can get these out while I'm recouping. I may even do a surgery update. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. Let's see if I'm having a good hair day, so we'll try it. But in the meantime, I'm hoping you're enjoying these videos, and I hope that you all have a great day. Again, I can't say it enough. I am so grateful to all of you for watching, subscribing, sharing my channel with your friends. Words can't express how grateful I am, because my channel wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you guys. So I am just getting started, so bear with me with the editing. It's a work in progress. It's really very difficult. So again, any input on that, I would welcome it. I really would, because it's turning out to be a lot more challenging than what I thought it would be. Well, thank you again, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Bye for now.